Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, beautiful day, August 18th, 2023. Today now, August 18th, 2023. I remember over there, June 24th, I have the corner, 600 days. Till we reached to the last day. I remember when they argue on social media, the exact day we left for the elections, June 24th. Come here, catch your time. I swear to God.
We don't be happy never social media. It is black so. It is left 2 days so. He say
I say,
No, Ibrahim, let me tell you something. Before we even can talk about the serious to the talk boards, one of its way make Odos or this today.
Yeah.
From 2020, they say the first London.
Yeah.
The first London. Hey, but I know the first London.
Yeah.
From what they say the first London. We don't tell them, if you just start like say, you're not even picking a teammate. They're not even picking a teammate to say I don't win the game. You not even if you get for where.
when it's funny now, the national community when the game be done now, we don't pass. Protest over the
I say, comrade, actually, the thing, it don't become like a circus to myself now at this particular point in time. It don't become very distasteful. Yes, they're like, nah.
Like, when they say protest, they know way. We wear clothes, we go show we say. When they say, in London, we wear clothes, we go show we say. We live with sunglasses there now, they go flowers.
Yeah.
Ibrahim, let me tell you something. If I was part of any team talk say that people don't want to know this fed done but I build they go by force and like nine conduct election and the next comes me and not be ever talk again. And I'm not being deeper and because the reason why we get for people from that deception manner because people they still believe in that deceptive manner they lie. And they fight that fight brutally say you don't need to look the people and level because they know people like that they say what but that's not to start they take it because stupidity not to say na qualification.
No
stupidity in a way they see the truth they feel they see red they call them white and stupidity.
Absolutely.
Nobody need to say take care and they know say this.
If you did the interesting thing, look, the protests like around the world, let the world know it is right, Ibrahim. But if the problem what they're saying, that the fact that people imagine some man now they even cry. You've led people to the wilderness, destroy them by false information about the international community. Now you go and beg, you talk about the ICC. Oh, well, I know some. Look, that's what into the pool now, Ibrahim. I hate doing this nonsense. But you see, this thing is not like joke now. When they say protest in Australia, we begin to pull on our social media and all that thing and it. But yet still we get the David Reimer them. When they talk now, say for dialogue, how many times now this platform will they tell people and say, look, if we not allow these guys them for rogue and waiting they do exactly before they this not left for I get for NPA. Left me. You left me. That needs to get for NPA, Ibrahim. The problem we saw these things, Ibrahim.
Kashi with the Kato Ambassador Reimer, he's a brother, he's a good man. With the Kato, we're not a old Ambassador Reimer to what he say because we know say he's a diplomat, and in diplomacy, don't get for play the own role way they play. Unfortunately, Kashi, we reach there, we can analyze that issue there, but Kashi, now focus more like that corporacy. Now talk about.
Apart from that, Mr. Rama, to be very honest with you, you don't do it for do. Let me tell you something. I only control see before elections. The West they did everything. They point out things the way they show. See, the people don't trust in the leg. The people don't trust in the police. Don't trust in the judiciary. They did it. It's a sort of thing, but did they go the extra miles?
Yes.
But the people themselves refuse for stand by the social community. See, they talk for lots of but if they crash you back, crash you belly, they see belly. So what did they do now? He still point out things, but he point out things in a cautious manner now.
Right.
Because you see today, the whole opposition party, one EU Parliament, they attack Thomas Muller, one of the European ambassador.
Emmanuel Muller.
Now they are making their statement with a cautious manner. Then they point out the issues, but they still tell us say dialogue is the only means. We as a nation, we know the dialogue with illegal government.
Like we see say so, comrade, it is clear that these guys, it's just like when someone come out and talk about 72 hours. Hey, una really expect Ambassador Raima for go tell una say yes, una stick to it, or una tawa, or not do am.
Exactly.
They don't do that.
No,
They
no.
always call for dialogue. But like you, the leader. But before that, what they can tell me, they say the international community tell them, say, this is IPCO. They tell them, say, oh, when just go into the election, plan day for.
Well, you know, Kashi, comrade, it goes back to the kinds of leaders that we have in Sierra Leone. I don't get time for calling them. They are not leaders, especially within the APC. When you look at the leader of the opposition, we're in a parliament for 5 years. We don't last for 15 years within parliament, but for the last 5 years, we get a responsibility for stand up and ensure say Madabio is checked and put in place. For ensure say Mohamed Kanai Wekone was checked and put in his place. For ensure say the PPRC and all the institutions they were for taking care of we. This man get the will of the people. There is nothing like the power of the people. But no, they get the agenda for 2028. They say, well, wait, someone are bagging with the bagging. So they did nothing. They don't do nothing for protecting democracy. These guys there now, there are a lot of.
Ibrahim,
Yeah,
moving forward, I sent an audio. Sorry for cutting you off. Whether librarian, which of that they walked out of parliament. So the reason why they walked out of parliament.
Thank you. I see.
Challenge the president.
Yes.
You see, I will not sit on part of this thing because
No.
the deal who now about to consign and deal with for kill the nation.
No.
The deal we know to represent the people. Then he walked out and challenged.
Absolutely.
He made a statement.
Absolutely.
He don't care if they're going to lock him up. That makes an opposition leader point out the things with that affect the people.
That is very one the way they defend Keiko all these years. Then they don't think go talk, they go say upon we are democratic. That's what they go say. Instead of them saying that because the guy very upfront and very proactive, they go say that upon we are democratic for Madabio, ain't no democratic, Madabio na big, Madabio na dog. They don't say like now because the guy not taking out from where he are. The very people when they defend Keiko, they share this one, they share that video.
And sadly,
Anyway,
comrade, we have to land upon this wire small, because again, we touch on this fact that these people, maybe they Allah say the facts don't done, then they watch this idiot, they go and they misinform and disinform people for 5 years on social media. Some of these people call themselves, say they're intelligent people, then watch this foolishness at a time like this where we get a situation in our country where it be say, then they see the decadence of democracy, then they see the backsliding of democracy, but they uphold foolishness, they uphold uselessness, they uphold and they support politicians that are responsible for the destruction of the country today. Where would that one post today is the leader of the opposition. When you talk, they say give that for her. This is the foolish and lazy argument. When you talk, they say give that, a better pass you. Come on, be a company. What do you ba? Hey, Brian boy, get that mo. Hey, Cashbox, get that mo. These are the same useless people now where they fed up and down. Now they can protest. Now they go down to the ICC. They say the facts be done. If the Fatima Biobi team up for CSF9, the commissioner, they now say Manabi lost the election. Now they go up and down so now. Where would they tell them people they say, "Una come back home." Democracy now we get for protect to democracy. The international community and international partners them, then they come, they supervise, then they watch, then they play witness. That's all they go do. But if you don't take up your fight for yourself, for 5 years, the European Union come out and put a release.
Don't go far. Tell me the difference. What were you doing to go put the matter and know that man in the past parliament where they should put the matter?
Thank you. The same man wouldn't they support all they want they want to go support, so they go to ICC for go report this matter. One, then the man wouldn't they protect.
No, what I will do. Some of the people they don't just say now for argument's sake.
Some of them, they're genuine.
They just see what happening. Some of them,
they're genuine.
Not generalize them.
Yes.
They say they're not ever and genuine.
Not two. Come on, I say some.
People
yes.
They go so.
I say some. I say some of them one day. I said, some of them. Because there's a lot of Sierra Leoneans that we don't watch this trend over the years.
You've been not say, hey, but that man not giving nothing for talk like past parliament. Now you they go for go lay complain ICC.
Thank you.
It's my not to say if you not to say you not big for the engagement for talk. This my in there better for say go put yes.
Thank you.
Come on there. But listen, go toilet, state they not go toilet it.
Thank you. Comrade, you see, these are the points what they say. These are the things what they tell Salon people. Una open a yes, una open a mind, una think for yourself. Comrade and Kashi, Sierra Leoneans, a lot of them not think for themselves. Delicate today, we not say we don't emancipate a lot of the population. A lot of the population not free. their mind don't free, and they think, then they open up their mind. Because look at this man, when they protect, some of them will go protest on the ICC, then they protect the cherry cocoa. The cherry cocoa, where it be safe, now leader protesting at the ICC, so go to this, then a bingo. This man a lawyer. This man is a lawyer. Now lawyer. Where it be say, if I ever fly, go be tuna. He say, go lead this protest. I don't tire. I don't for do a salon. No can do one here. But they say a big man they protest. But these are the things where they say the man gets access, he get opportunity for going to ECOWAS Parliament, for go talk about the issues of Sierra Leone. Now I make Cherry Coco come up here, we let tell on this today. Come and not break this thing up for people there. The tell Cherry Coco they talk to we. Now the tell where be say, when we talking they listen. Now you can find out, say, okay, this one a useless one, they can talk to him, you know, they listen. You know, go listen to what you want for they do. Because we, now advice who they care what you for do. He say, no, I don't want to work with the wire. I want to work with the wire, I go give what you give a small thing. He's a useless idiot. Now illiterate, you know, go school, you know, get work now overseas. You know, they do nothing productive. This miscreant in society, la abuse, la use the character. There is no difference. That's how you use that guy.
You know what? Let me avoid, you know, like I because
no. Hey, Kashi, we are saying what we're saying. It is the fact, Kashi. You know,
let me tell you, but let me address like the leaders there. For me, I don't come to this realization say this like we don't even need for Ghana relevance. Now the politicians they will get relevance because they want to be lazy.
Gashi, they say when you throw a stone at the back of dogs, the dog will and then the stone will break. So salon people they don't understand. You know, I cannot fathom. Kashi, don't stay on these points quick no more. I want to let you know, don't make this point, bruh. No, don't feel guilty about anything, Kashi. Relax. You don't have to feel guilty.
No,
we're talking about issues. We talk about issues.
Yes, it's an issue. Don't get me wrong. It's an issue. You know the big problem we are get. Now the fact that these politicians then use this guy for destroy. You know, the pain that they feel. This is for me. Now for young man, as I tell you, people in another country they do not even look for work because they're not saying that they get down. You know, Ibrahim, we did everything we did like over the 5-6 years for redeem salon, for redeem for free people them from the bondage when they depend. Ibrahim, but you get politicians, as you say earlier, they get the 2028 agenda. Or because they get enough when they sustain them for another 10 years. It's like now in the pond out of the pond. When they come inside, they sustain together for 10 years. Then the other one come back for 10 years. This is the game. But Ibrahim, the masses were the ones we were fighting for. Because we know once they don't somebody they kill na Panemba, we kill na Togo, kill na Mine 91, kill na McKinney, then we expect say we forgive them 10 years. Ibrahim, the people that will go beyond this bubble. Give information. Tell us say the international not only no more. The international community they do not say any get access to them. No, but now what did they tell them? Say like the international community get it or remove Madabio without the action. How many times we come here and tell and say Salona is sovereign state? Do not so the international community no more the joke for inside because the international law don't allow them. People that they think and say they got me. Oh, I know some we did with the international community. Yeah, I don't think whatever which that the one way to the use. Ibrahim, the problem where I get, the bitterness, the anger, Ibrahim, that towards these people that will be the finish bubble just because they see and say, but people in the country, they get young. These are the languages they will be understand. So they use them.
Absolutely, I got your point, Kashi, and you're right because they know they use with brothers and sisters they as tools for so long. Again, it goes back to the other day with Arata. Now the same thing, there's no difference with Abobode and Arata. The way politicians they don't use with brothers and sisters them over the years, and it still continues. And we don't know start for change. But maybe one day we go get that leader where they can change that perspective in that country today. For the people see things from another angle. Let young man and young woman and no say, don't allow politicians for use you. So you right, then use them. But again, can you say somebody like a Dande, I mean, you know, allow yourself for be used, even though people like we be there where they say, hey, these things are not right. But Salon people, una sit down and allow yourself to be used as a tool by these politicians. So Kashi, I see your point. But all I'm saying is, I want the people to understand this. The reason why that brought, Cheriko could break up and say, you know what's it? When I remember the first time I go to ECOWAS Parliament, where you go tell we say there is peace and stability. Now the first time they want the break up happen. Because after that, now come say, but I mean, man, what you mean peace and stability? But if I go back, but go clean this thing up. There is no peace and stability now. Now the Cheba Kiko say, ECOWAS for the
The breakup not happen right there because when that happened, we engage and just agree and go back and change. I think now, like subsequent to that, I know you say after, but because remember, it leads into, I mean, when it played that game, we do an audio when it means that we engage and it tell we say, in the go make them up. Now, you say now, you go now and say, oh, like the ECOWAS was the early warning sign.
Thank you. Thank you. Exactly. So, that's Bokashi. You can see that is where the whole thing started. So from that point on, I think the man can see say, well, if I do this, so no more, it's not for easy for me at this parliament, at this country. That man be no can beat me, but I mean the opposition leader, then they beat people there, then they kill people in the back safe. You know, me and the opposition leader, we for make sure say I put me foot on. Last sacrifice as the leader of the nation. You know, another one. You see, this is the problem we'll get. So from that point on, it might change. So you don't go get this useless tool we use, they like it today, and then you get people when they BM back, when they watch them. But you know, Comrade and Kashi, I can tell you the beautiful thing is, we switch to a topic now. But the fact is, Sierra Leone people don't see over the past few months a lot of, hey, you know, everything happens in a nation for a reason. I remember when Marabio I talk and point blank, I say, now 2 reasons God bring Marabio. One, for atoning sins, and secondly, for let can finish himself now finally. Comrade, we are there. Salon people at the same time they don't see this, especially on the social media presence. They don't see the people that when the problems will get. They are the canker worms in our society. They are the cancerous cells in our society. When they all allow they like it today, follow rich so because then they condone, then they bio, then they support bad politicians in that country. They when they reach themselves over the years for make sure say they will see their position themselves for success for themselves and their family. While some people continue to suffer, hospital no day, water no day. Kashi and Comrade, I cannot steal the thing. 62 years, we not get pipe-borne water running through the homes of Sierra Leoneans. Pipe-borne water they run the people and host them. 30 people they get for the grab 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning for go get water. I cannot understand why. We get a leader there. Yeah, you get people in the diaspora that continue for support Africa. Nobody should be supporting or befriending African leaders. We should be antagonizing these guys every day and asking tough questions. They should not be our friends. Therefore, we pardon them. But you know, Comrade and Kashi, we reach there. We continue this conversation here back. But I'll talk about we see what's happy with the challenge. When the guy the challenge Ambassador David Reimer. You know, these guys are a bunch of idiots. Let's begin with David Shenge. You know, don't say I'm not even everyone mention David Shenge. David Shenge get PhD in prosthetic legs. That for make fake foot. From time immemorial, I don't tell people and say David Shenge usai for day. Now the Ministry of Health. Now the section we get for do prosthetics. Usai they make like fake foot, fake hand. We don't mind, like go head that section there at the Ministry of Health. Because David Shenge not qualify for be a health minister, and not even qualify. Chief minister is not a position who we respect, Sierra Leone. Again, they don't take me back to the days prior to independence. For go give me prime minister in a way. Chief minister is not a position who they respect. So they refer to them in any kind of shape or form. David Shenge for then at the Ministry of Health, now that prosthetic leg, prosthetic division there for help Sierra Leone and them. Where you send people them during the rebel war, when they go begin the war and say Shaka Stevens the oppressors oppress them. Now they count rebel war when they can cut people and cut people in foot. Let it go make prosthetic and fake hand and fake foot for them people and they. We see David Shenge right up. This na my way, all in education America I get her. You know then why they don't say at some point America get for finger them, but a matter of time. This boy so everything where you go talk off. Now America can get in. USA meets Bill Gates, they always meets the America can meet up. Country where they practice proper democracy. But this bobo Kashi and community to God and this me, I don't want to talk about this issue. That we no wanna say no discuss that. Because me I don't want now left more. America they watch them. These are the guys who come out in a country them can benefit a country. Outside democracy they play. They see how Donald Trump, you know, they see Donald Trump with democracy. They play the when they handle Donald Trump in America properly. Then boy had to go like in various countries them, then go destroy the democracy there. Yeah, where they change Ambassador David Reimer. But anyways, coming in Kashi, to understand the return back to work today. I did like probably 10 minutes away. When I can Camila when I take on this issue. Yes.
Yeah, it's something worth talking about because you see, what we've done to do over the years, like now for kind of like analyze certain things. Then we know to argue which man where they go fair information and say we get information today. Oh no, we analyze like like daily happenings.
Fact.
Like the end.
Fact.
Like that we continue. So we bound in a way. We're entangled for doing thing here because that's what we've committed ourselves to do. But you see, Ibrahim, like there are things that the way painful if you don't want to talk about it. You don't need but like they say we don't follow our water, you don't swim no more now. But Ibrahim, this guy there, imagine, like they change it. Now this guy for talk about say Salon na a sovereign state. Oh, like imagine like how people can tell we say we for go train like independent forces that the vice president and the guy for defense. The hypocrisy, Ibrahim. When it comes to the COI, now who that they can't be the judge for the COI in Salon. Where they want cook up.
Yeah, Nigeria.
Yes. Now they go pull their own they don't judge this. Nigeria, Ghana, and you don't know who side the other one come out and all that in it.
Right.
Just because they want cook up, they want promote the NCC money and they have something in mind, Ibrahim are relating that stupid idiot. What's my name, Sano? Imagine Sano and they talk say make the Ibrahim go pull in RRF for. The one that the ECSF, when are the responsibility for pull the disaggregated data. You know what they go after? One can now reconnect for release. But when it comes to the Ibrahim, when an observer, Ibrahim, people surround people on the line, observers and people that wear like now moral characters. Now he is say if we pull the RRF form because it talk waiting they observe. Ibrahim, they in the tribe of success, they remember the question with institution. You decide where you belong, civil society organization. You self na institution. Look the alaki where you they make. Somebody wait for a back, now for the back, they remember say.
Yeah.
Because within they remember they talk about like nothing where they oppose democracy. Like the tribe of strengthening institutions and all that in the Ibrahim. But yet still. Now, in the camp after the Ibrahim say Democrat go police. In fact, you don't even know what it means as an ambassador or embassy. You don't even know what embassy mean in a country. Ibrahim, the country is rotten. It smell, it is stink. Then guy there, what's this then na Salon? You know how we turn like now? You get for say things the way they appease Madam Bio. You listen to the information minister that the same thing.
No, Kashi.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kashi, not say with the appease Madam Bio because no, if you say things with appease the bad politicians, then a bit the incumbent, a bit opposition. If you see church, the young people will be saying that all day that the cabal of carrying the country on this so you don't do the wrong thing. Only the surprise pan the Sano man, am I the kitchen this the chief in the spy exam. I think I'm the weekend is I'm the kitchen the spy. With the chief. Imagine, because you not believe in your head in a good chief exam. So let me tell you something, Ibrahim. Anything I look at how people in the carry themselves, more than call themselves successes and then judges other problem. I see the reason I make Rollins do what you do in Ghana in 1982. Because until the day we get the opportunity, the next day, even do man or say Rollins, if he's not in the behave so, imagine what the people like go do tomorrow if it's not. When they see the reason I make, people like do today, we say, they feel say inhuman. What in the Sano they do so, they kill a whole generation. I remember that man one Ghanaian always say, a doctor, a mistake, it affects one life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A driver, a mistake, it affects probably 10 or 20 people. It depends on the capacity. But a political mistakes, it affects millions of lives. It affects generation yet or more. So if you see people like this, they talk then see Akashi. Then they forget about the ramification or the effect or the trigger for happening. If you make mistake, cannot be corrected. Some of them people and they not even need for survive for see the other day. It's very difficult for see people who call themselves civil society. These are people where they spend money plan for make the able for in the defense of democracy, in the defense of the people. Then don't deny in the offense of democracy. It is on democracy in Africa, all over Africa, specifically to Sierra Leone, is under serious attack. Over the years, for the past 5 years, that the worst, it don't decline rapidly. And the ultimate more sorrowful, the one way they protect democracy, and the abuse them even more than the politicians, civil society them. And the responsibility for all the civil government, because open government initiative, the program and the what they call counter accountability and the rule of law. All this so today, and the city man they attack the chief minister, they attack the ambassador, blatantly they attack the international partners and say, then I stop it, they offer tell us what to do. But when they want big money, then they can't big money na the West. Can't bigger. What do I tell you to
then the black ball the one and the
collie. It's very simple to the West. We appeal to the West. If they believe that Trump in streets, that the West tell us, well, we don't have a single penny to give you guys from the FCC money. That they hold all at the hand. If you believe in your sovereignty, you have to take your responsibility. But you can't take that because if you want to sovereignty, they want to correct you. You see the abuse.
Come on, catch your journey.
And let people know say we are not fools. You cannot say you are sovereignty. You can't big to the people. Let me say let you do bad. The only way for save the democracy and save Africa and Salon to be specific, let them hold them phone from them, by the politicians them, so that the people could benefit what's in the actual meaning of democracy. Democracy all over the world, that's what they fight for. That's what they challenge for. Those are too easy for gain. But we get for TNAP and support proper democracy. But what's in bad? For let somebody let them do checks and balance. Election can they say the election is all credible. When I pull this as get the telephone know how they vote, they say no. It's simple. Show the election results. When I pull the data I get, people don't say, okay, the election was not rigged. They win the election fair. This is very simple. They say no. Now we're ready for tablet and computers. They're going to come. Not to Kenya, they say.
Yeah.
Election materials and it's like they going to come. Why are not taking for impossible for head the committee? Actually, this year we get for this fete for Larry because it's not for us any longer. Some of who don't pay the price, but it's for Jenson Heads on Paul. Now we defend to today.
Yeah, comrade, this is the thing. You see, watch the pattern of the SLPP. Then they get the surrogates them when they use for lambast like the international community. Just before the election, like Lisa Chesney, the UK ambassador, waiting and do they use Sylvia Blyden for go attack, Lisa Chesney. And you see, again, like what you talk, comrade, all of these things them way then guy they point out. I don't blame like the David Reimer them for talk like this way. If anything, like they even try for Bamba like Madabio, because you see, like you talked earlier, before the election, a year or so before the election, we see the EU, they write reports say like the institution cannot be trusted, the police, the NEC. They specifically mention these institutions, Ibrahim and comrade. But yet still, what we see now over the years, like this Joseph Sanon, where he call himself, like civil society, get the lever for kind of like challenge, say, oh, they try for question with institution. Who's the institution where they function as alone? Name me one. Now, the institutional aids them, anytime where something happens.
No, Kashi, do we have?
I don't know. Well, we get like proxy, I would say. Like we get the normal way, they just do the normal
you get the name, but they are not functioning. They are not doing their mandate, what their mandate call for. They are not doing it. So, putting the structures, calling them civil society, naming them names, that we don't care about that. What we care about is doing the job, the right job, Cassie.
Yeah. Comrade, this is the thing. Like, that guy they are all waiting in the day. I say at times, like in the listen, different people. Come and watch the pattern as alone. Anytime when something happen, if it happen with the security, the ONS person, they say and say, if I not talk, Madam you go see and say I need the prison. Watch no more. As something happen, they don't write the report. Police they do a press conference. The army they do a press conference. Because if they don't talk, they say and say they una they against the system, una they sabotage the system. That's so salon on sound like comrade. Hey, that country, people do not understand.
When they want to see they get proper coordination with Interpol for arrest people, them.
Yes.
You see them by TT.
Yeah.
It's in a library. Or LEC.
Yeah.
TTD, if they make videos them all over, they not arrest them.
Yeah.
Even the president said not revoke in pardon when he can. Even this alone, high left alone, nobody arrest them.
Comrade, again, it goes so like the way we country structure. Comrade. The problem is the laws are only meant for like selected few. The one them ways and them they passive for they against the government. In fact, who that they make the assessment as to whether you did for or against the government. Now the government self they make the assessment. And when you're in a big imagine people and they die in that country, the illegal. In fact, people don't even talk about it again. They say they get every excuse. Anybody when they kill a salon, they get excuse for it. Now McKinney they go say, oh, why don't you go challenge government for generator? What's wrong? If I feel like I say something wrong, I go team out before you. You for kill me because of that. You go to Panama when you kill people and people they get every reason as to why they kill people. If not they young people they be killed, so trust me, they don't talk there. But politics don't become so radicalized. You know, I watch the cabinet. Now they get Ministry of Communication, then they get Ministry of Information. Ministers there. You see, and these people every time when something happen, they must get for can say something. If they don't say something, they say their job. For
during campaign, I think the former increases of get 20. That should have been 20.
Yeah.
Yes, 20. That should have been 20 or 22. It's a bloated cabinet. Now in a 40, you don't get so.
Yes.
But you don't pass 40, say no lie.
Right.
It's all about they talk about reckless expenditure. The man talk about that. I don't know how them people think people. But let me tell you something, Ibrahim.
Yeah.
The way they come, and now if they come for Save Africa and Salon.
Comrades,
if you get man attack the insurgently and the Flama because they point out the things then their mandate is very clear. They say we support proper democracy. We will not change our stance on supporting proper democracy.
Comrade, I know
because of the people there. So when they say let's say non-pass the MCC, they're not talking about something state.
Yes.
They never talk about sovereignty when they say pass MCC. They didn't talk about sovereignty.
Older and bigger.
Now when they say the whole the MCC funded because of the decline of democracy, they say we are in a sovereignty state. They're looking for we want the money.
Yes, you want the money. You go bigger. But it's sovereign. You can't say I mean the papa di social. Nothing at use. Then you already come back to us most way. One challenge them back. Left bound. But Comrade and Kashi, like I say, Kashi, what we say, me know if what talk about it because then we can talk. We can give them small sense, so let them pick out, and know how to handle themselves. Let them left them. They then continue for misbehave. But nobody again, at least with people they expect for you say, what we say for say on that. So it's not a bad deal. But let them continue for collapse. Let them continue for just show themselves for the jokers that they are. Let them continue for show themselves say they don't believe in democracy. Let them continue for show themselves say again all the fundamentals of the democracy itself, talking about free speech. They don't respect her. You see Ambassador David Reimer come, then one Lily. I don't want to describe that guy, man. Look, it's some of those people. God. Anyways, Sierra Leone, let God help we, bro. Let God help we. Comrade, you can actually say no more. We try. We'll continue for talk because the talk no more we able, bro. The talk will continue for talk, educate people and let people know saying that then leaders them therefore hold accountable until the people understand. Say when you put people in positions of authority, if they're not qualified, if they not do the job what they're supposed to do, if they not do the job what they're supposed to do, not play with them. On a left for support them politicians, they are very blindly. Now they make the like today. If Marabi destroys Salon not by himself, now they allow him. Donald Trump will not allow in America. Then go say, hey, America, 230 years, the democracy don't take. Okay. Salon at 60 plus years. Who still we go reach? We go for the pan this back till 200 years. The same confusion. No more. Nothing better not go for the generation upon generation. Waiting do because una way for stand up at this particular point in time and say, okay, let we change the narrative. Let we step up and talk to these politicians. This politician go na ECOWAS parliament, he disappear or not say, yeah, okay, I elect this politician because now I own business, then they will not depend like business. Fine, but they can answer to me. You can elect somebody, but you still hold them accountable. You dey elect you picking them, you dey hold them accountable. You go elect your wife, you hold them accountable. You go elect your man, you hold accountable still. You know what I mean? Because you elect, I know they hold accountable. It's the same thing. You want for elect your politician, fine. Because we not in the business of me not in the business of elect politician. No. You go for do your job, you do your job. I'm excited. I clap for you. You don't do I'm going to tell you point blank. You don't do. I don't want to be your party. I don't want to be friends because I don't want nothing from you. No. We have to build with society to get to that point. Sierra Leoneans then we get for stand up and change the mentality. If we the people come together, when I forget about the one in the diaspora, that they don't give up with life. A lot of the way support some of these politicians at home, they don't give up hope in the diaspora. They don't get nothing better again for do what in the now. They just look for way opportunity. They don't see how self people go thief. Then say myself, let go align myself with the guy there. Then kind of power. Then go remember me. Let myself go side go thief and destroy the country. Then when a picking generation yet continue for suffer. So when I forget about the diaspora, and they talk to Una within a Sierra Leone. Some of them are very, very intelligent, highly intelligent people. I understand that the conditions that the country make the like today, the fault are small. You kind of bend a little bit just because because you don't understand, and then the conditions are not there. You don't get a job. It's difficult. I understand, but I want you to know at the back of your mind, whenever you deal with these politicians, just understand, say they are responsible for your demise. Understand, say they are responsible for your future. Understand, say everything that make will get leaders them because now their responsibility for make sure say they advocate and stand up on our behalf. If we not get proper healthcare, we not get proper hospital. We not. But former President Kuruma communicator can talk and we talk about not that they get any credence there, but the former Minister of Health, Miss Raman, Madina Raman, what he do now? Cottage hospital, cottage hospital. If na cottage, yeah, cottage hospital. Usai them belle woman and they usai the born picking there under. What he do they? Then they feed them belle woman and then picking them 3 or 4 times a day. Then be getting those measures were in place. You get APC politicians then like the Honorable Cheriko Kowedi in the parliament. We know them thing they are. And again, at the challenge you now, let Honorable Cheriko show me how much bills them it don't put in the parliament. How much bill in 15 years, how much bill it don't put in the parliament will benefit Sierra Leoneans. I want to see them build any. Them belly woman and them picking they come ready, they're not feed it again. All of those things they dwindle. You as a somebody we're responsible, we're serious. Who see that they say anything? This thing not right, bruh. Let's stand up on this. I don't want this with the members of parliament and go visit hospital or randomly no more go to hospital to go check for see what they happen, for go know how the nurse they do, for go know how patient they do. You don't see members of parliament and go pay prison visit na them police station for go see, take an inventory of the cell. Uda did this cell why didn't they? You never see them go to Parliament prison for go check for see. Now the responsibilities of our leaders them. Anyway, comrade, well, we can go on and on, but left owner. I think say we crop some of these issues now on top, and we'll come back and can talk to owner. And again, I don't know if I get the last word, comrade Kashi.
Well, look, Ibrahim, you see, waiting after say Salon, we need for fight strongly on this, civic education with people them, get for understand their place. They get for know their place. Ibrahim, you see, they can say know yourself, know to cause, but not good advice. Salon people do not know their worth. You see, Ibrahim, like Salon people, until we come to that place, where we actually know why we vote, who that's there we vote. We get for struggle, Ibrahim. Salon get waiting it take. As I say, like this morning, I was really angry when we started this audio, Ibrahim. I'm not gonna lie, because I think like this was a missed opportunity. The kind free empty goal nine and APC show. And you see, we don't be the fight for APC, we be the fight for change. Because you see, Ibrahim, like their politicians, they are like as long as they're not tired for wicked, we not for tired for change them. Ibrahim, like I over the years, like I was very, very upbeat for Salon in Betewan. Not until like few months to the election where like when you look at, I don't want to open a can of worm there, yeah, Ibrahim. When you look at the audit report from 2019, when Laya Telopias begin they pull in audit report, they sack this woman for doing nothing, Ibrahim. Like you see the Africanist press, putting them invoices, them bank statements, reference numbers, and all that thing that they, Ibrahim. Over the campaign, I don't care. Because even when APC was dormant, there were people, you and I, we were there talking about issues. So people, their mind be made up, Ibrahim. APC be so lucky. They get people away with the campaign on their behalf, even though they were tied in a court, Ibrahim. So, but when they officially opened the campaign, Ibrahim, all we could hear, class stand. With everything, wealth of information, where they out there. Liar Telopia say, them people there, they're wicked. Wealth of information, where the audit report tell we how the president thief money, how the president forged receipts, how the Babadi and the ministers then thief money, the first lady thief money. Wealth of information, the Africanist press camp. It took all can pull like bank statements, bank reference numbers, Ibrahim. All with Timothy Kerry, class stand. Ibrahim. May God sorry for Salone. Make God sorry for Salone. I don't get problem. Somebody can say, like say, no, but that's like others for waiting. The people the way they suffer right now, that they not be problem. They not be concerned because they don't deserve for go through waiting and actually they go through so they like that today. But people use the wrong information. They fail to plan because look, like not tell me say, APC only get 3 months for campaign. No, that was good enough because the people might be made up, but the people were never protected. Even when they were like the 250,000 people wouldn't delete.
I'll be right back.
Talk about it. Look, Ibrahim, the very first time voters then are disenfranchised. If this government will go and boast about free education, none of them for benefits out or like from the first time voters then, if the free education was that good, then they were gladly for register first time voters then. But no, they did not. And then we come out and say, yeah, parliamentarian, they want to go meet the people and go register them. And the law puts up, they say, either you pastor, you parliamentarian, and okay, you go register for proof. Like whether you're eligible for register or vote. But Ibrahim, we call on these people. What did they do? 250,000 people. To the extent we mention these things, to the extent APC begin to lie. They help the government for lies, say they don't add them back. Only after the election, Adukabu can't tell we say they don't even add them people in there. Was this not waiting will be the talk about? Say una push them. May they show una evidence. May they not just see una mere words.
I'm back, yes. Tell you, bro. It's sad. It's sad. But Intino said the fete now not be gate. But so
Imagine the game where we don't done. Now people like they play the highlights. Now the highlights no more. Like the game where we don't know. Now people in the house now for replay the game.
It's sad though.
Sorry.
They allow Motherbill for pass the ball over where they sit on the politician they watch we. But anyways, let it go no more. Let it go. Salon people, if they don't land this past 5 years, well, yeah. Hold your politicians accountable. We not play with them. We not play with them. We don't suffer for too long. Country just they go backwards. Tribalism is on the rise. Nepotism now this is so. Nothing not they work for the people. Nothing not they work for the people. The people. Kashi, the way people they suffer as alone. The hungry within that country they. Me I beg my brother and sister that una begin go back now in our villages them, una go farm for ourselves, una grow our own crops. Because the world at large is facing challenges. Even America is facing challenges. So can you imagine if America, Europe, they face challenges where we think of happen to una in Africa, we una leaders that are bigger, nobody depend. Una need go on our own food, una eat. Difficult times are ahead. Difficult times are gonna come. But you get to, Kashi, I can talk and if I get me way, I can tell you all the time. I feel for I move further back into the suburbs past Usai. I move into the villages and towns now. Usai I go, I get some 10-2-3 acre land. I for family side, I get some.
That's where the wealth is, Ibrahim.
I'm telling you, bruh. Love feed myself. I want to take care of myself because it's getting to a point, bro. The food crisis that the country is getting expensive every day. Inflation here and there, all that stuff. They get for affect Africa past any other part of the world because people know they work. Yeah, at least we get forget outside you go get $10 an hour. You make money for yourself. You go you survive. Salon. How much people they get job for waiting. So when I go back to our villages, then when I begin think about farming, when I go back to consolidate, when I go to our people, them I know it's difficult. But one day we'll get leader, we go make sure say cargo water, internet, all energy, all of them villages and towns and they so all man go do something for the back, not to go full up like the capital city because that they all in there. Anyway, Kashi, if you want to left an I go tell them family I do fine.
Yeah, left an eye, bro.
Okay. Comrade, easy.